Appeal Court sacks Governor Abba Kabir of Kano State. Court remands former CBN Governor Emefiele in Kuje prison. Troops neutralize 6 bandits, recover 40 police military uniforms in Kaduna. And on the foreign scene, magnitude 6.7 quake shakes South Philippines, kills 1, dozens injured. These are the headlines on Trust TV News Update at this hour. I am Ayuba Ida. Thanks for joining. We begin with the litigations. The appeal court sitting in Abuja has upheld the judgment of the Kano Governorship Election Tribunal, which sacked Abba Kabir of the NNPP and declared APC's Nasir Gawuna valid winner of the election. In a unanimous judgment read by Justice M.A. Adome, the appellate court held that Abba Kabir was not a valid candidate of the NNPP at the time of the governorship election, while chiding the lower court for not disqualifying the appellant in the first instance. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman reports.
In what may likely cause socio-political ripples across Kano State, Governor Abba Kabir has been sacked by the appeal court after losing the first round of the litigation battle at the tribunal. The tribunal has invalidated his 165,663 votes to declare Yusuf Gawuna of APC authentic winner of the poll. Delivering judgment on the 9 issues for determination by the appellant Abba Kabir, the appellate court panel of justices held that the lower tribunal was right to have found and deducted the unsigned NNPP candidates' votes, right in admitting the certified true copies of the result as evidence. It went further to question the tribunal's inability to disqualify Abba Kabir on grounds that he was not a member of the NNPP at the time of the election in contravention of certain sections of the Constitution.
The Court of Appeal agreed with the decision of the tribunal to deduct the 165,000 invalid votes that were cast in favor of NNPP. We have stated it even before we filed the petition that the NNPP did not win by a majority of the valid votes, and also NNPP did not have a valid candidate. Today we have been justified. The Court of Appeal has upheld our argument. All the 3 appeals filed by Abba Kabir Yusuf, NNPP and INEC has been dismissed, and of course our cross appeal has been upheld.
The appellate court strongly cautioned political parties against subverting provisions of the Constitution in party internal affairs with impunity, while awarding 1 million naira fine against the appellant. Shafiu Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Now, earlier, our reporter in Kano State, Idris Jibrin, sent us a situation report.
Now, earlier today, the appeal court sitting in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, delivered its judgment regarding the Kano State gubernatorial election, which was conducted early this year, in which the court also again declared Nasir Yusuf Gawuna of the All Progressive Congress as the winner of that election, and declared that the NNPP did not in any way win that election on several grounds. Now, mixed reaction have continued to trail residents here in the commercial city of Kano, while some are on the beliefs that this judgment, which was in favor of the APC, did not go down well with them, saying that the judgment, generally the Nigeria's justice system, is faulty, possibly because they are not the winners, while some are saying that no, the judgment has been very fine for them and they are very happy with the way and manner the judgment was delivered, which also confirmed the APC as the winner of the gubernatorial election. Now, as I've been saying earlier today, there is a heavy movement of security operatives across Kano State, and we have seen that going on repeatedly. And believe me, as at the time of filing this report, there has not been any report of violence or breakdown of law and order across the commercial city of Kano. Only that people are commenting on the way and manner this judgment was conducted vis-a-vis those who win and those who lose.
The judgment was so very fair. It's not as one thing with Nigeria government. It's not what people want that they will give that the masses. It's them they are imposing what they want to give to masses, which is very bad. Like now, I said this. This is what we vote for, and them they said it's what them that they want that they are giving it to us, which is very bad. Yeah. Exactly what is happening in Kano here, likewise to what is happening in Kogi State, which is very bad.
We are very happy with the judgment that was delivered. We have prayed. We said that God will do this judgment for us, and He has done it for us. Therefore, we are very happy. Now, be that as it may, the people of Kano State, particularly the supporters of the new Nigeria People's Party, are now looking up to the Supreme Court to see what will happen next. But for now, APC is celebrating in many parts of Kano State. Some are celebrating for this victory that they have recorded at both tribunal and now the appeal court. Idris Jibrin, Trust TV News, Kano.
And in Zamfara State, Governor Dauda Lawal has described the appeal court's verdict as a temporary setback for his administration. The court's three-judge panel declared the Zamfara State governorship election inconclusive on Thursday, ordering a rerun in 3 local government areas, Maradu, Birni Magaji, and Bukuyum. A statement released on Friday by the governor's spokesman, Suleiman Bala Idris, stressed that Governor Lawal was elected due to dissatisfaction with the state's prevailing conditions. According to the statement, the outcome of the governorship election on March 18 accurately reflected the people's desire for a shift towards positive development and progress. Governor Lawal appealed to the people of Zamfara State to remain calm, adding that his legal team is thoroughly reviewing the verdict and will follow through with the necessary actions to achieve a just outcome. The Independent National Electoral Commission on Friday presented the certificate of return to the winner of last Saturday governorship election in Kogi State, Ahmed Usman Ododo, and his deputy, Comrade Joel Salihu. Now, the governor-elect, Ododo, who contested the election on the platform of the All Progressives Congress, won the 11th November off-season governorship election in the state. According to the INEC, the APC candidate polled 446,237 votes to defeat the candidate of the Social Democratic Party, Murtala Ajaka, with 259,052 votes. Presenting the certificate, the Kogi State Resident Electoral Commissioner, Gabriel Longpet, said that the presentation was part of the Commission's constitutional mandate. He said Usman Ododo was being presented the certificate having met the constitutional requirements. Speaking shortly after receiving his certificate, the governor-elect assured the people that he would make good his campaign promise to build on the sterling achievements of Governor Yahaya Bello while preserving the unity of the state. The governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, on Friday received his certificate of return in Owerri, the state capital, following last Saturday's governorship election. In his speech, the governor congratulated the Independent National Electoral Commission for conducting the freest, fairest, and most peaceful election in the history of Imo State. Uzodinma swept all the 27 local government areas in the state in a landslide victory to defeat Samuel Anyau of the People's Democratic Party and Neji Achonu, Labour Party, his main rivals in the election. The APC candidate polled for 540,308 votes to defeat his closest rivals, PDP's Anyau, who scored 71,503 votes, and LP's Achonu, who got 64,084 votes.
A few minutes ago, I received the certificate of return from the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, as the duly elected governor of Imo State for my second and final tenure. I also dedicated the victory first to Almighty God, from whom all powers come. I equally dedicated my victory to Imo people who massively voted for me and those who voted for other candidates. Let me once more congratulate the people of Imo State. It is our victory. Victory for those who voted for, and victory for those who voted against. Let me once more use this auspicious moment to congratulate Independent National Electoral Commission for conducting the freest, fairest, and most peaceful election in the history of Imo State.
Justice Hamza Muazu of the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT Abuja, has ordered that the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, be remanded in Kuje prison pending the determination of his request for bail. Emefiele will remain in prison until November 22nd, when the court will deliver a ruling on his bail motion. His lead counsel, Matthew Burka, SAN, moved the application for bail, which Rotimi Oyedepo vehemently opposed on behalf of the federal government. After taking arguments for and against the application, Justice Muazu said a bench ruling could not be delivered in view of the plethora of authorities cited by the two parties. The judge said he needed a little time to study the authorities and peruse through the exhibits supplied by Emefiele to support his request for bail. Now, following the September 8 gruesome murder of SP Bako Angbashim, a divisional police officer of Ahoada Division in Rivers State, some suspects in custody have been arraigned at the State High Court sitting in Port Harcourt, the state capital, on Friday. Now, among those arraigned were the former chairman of Ahoada East Local Government Area, Kasidi Ikegbidi, and over 50 other suspects. The charges included murder, attempted murder, cultism, armed robbery, and kidnapping, among others. Counsel to the defendants urged the court to grant bail to his clients, but this was opposed by the prosecution counsel, who argued that the defendants could not be bailed at first appearance because of the gravity of the charges. After listening to both parties, the presiding judge, Sika Henry, ordered that they be remanded at the Port Harcourt Correctional Center. Now, the case has been adjourned to November 21, 2023 for plea and consideration of bail. On security matters, 6 bandits have been killed in a clearance operation by troops of 1 Division Nigerian Army and Operation Wild Punch. The bandits were said to have met their death on 16th of November 2023 when troops carried out an offensive clearance operation to bandits' strongholds. The acting Deputy Director, 1 Division Nigerian Army, Lieutenant Colonel Musa Yahaya, said that in a statement that the troops recovered 2 AK-47 rifles, 4 AK-47 rifle magazines, 4 rounds of 7.62 mm ammunition, 40 pairs of bandit uniforms, and 9 motorcycles. He said acting on credible intelligence, troops carried out an offensive clearance operation to bandit strongholds in Sabumbirni, Dogondawa, Saulawa, Maidaro, Ngede Allah, and Kindede, all in Birningwari local government area of Kaduna State, and made contact with bandits. The general officer commanding 1 Division Nigerian Army and Force Commander Operation Wild Punch, Major General Valentine Okoro, has applauded the troops for their gallantry and charged them not to relent until all terrorists, bandits, and other criminal elements in the division's area of responsibility are completely neutralized. One person died on Friday when a commercial bus rammed into a truck along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. The Federal Road Safety Corps confirmed the incident in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. Florence Okpe, the FRSC spokesperson in Ogun, said that the incident occurred at about 6 p.m. after Danko filling station. According to her, 3 persons were involved in the crash, all male adults. While 1 person died in the crash, 2 others were rescued with no injuries. The Mazda commercial bus crashed into a truck while speeding. You're watching the news update. Let's take a short break. The news continues shortly. Join us.
As night falls in Abuja, the city's dark side comes to life.
Zan fita yawo akwai abun da nake sawa a jikina in dai ba da zuciya ɗaya za ka ɗauke ni mu tafi akwai abun da zai faru yana nuna mini.
The speedy underworld of commercial sex work is flourishing in Nigeria's capital city. Despite the dangers and health hazards, young women join the trade every day in hopes of earning quick money and a life of luxury.
Every day when I wake up, I used to ask myself, why am I doing this kind of thing? If I see myself on the street, I used to shed tears every day.
They say their families have no idea what they do, while their tears suggest some remorse, maybe pain and even regret. These ladies hope others will learn from their story.
We started manufacturing leather since 1958. But the most important thing is that if the system is checked correctly, we won't have where we are now.
If somebody has depression, they may just be very irritable and unproductive in the office. So you find on average already about 1 in 4, 1 in 5 Nigerians already have a mental illness, a mental health condition that needs some form of attention.
No matter how good an economy is, if the federal government goes bust, believe me, everything in the economy is just a matter of time it will go bust. So first of all, about maybe slightly above, below 70% is in federal government securities.
If government has banned importation of fertilizer and states are doing it at the level of governance, but I believe that production and distribution of fertilizer should be left to the private sector.
This is the general multi-purpose card and it has a chip here. So this chip is about 80 kilobytes. The one that you get from the bank for ATM is just 4 kilobytes. So this is like 20 times.
Thanks for staying with us. You're watching the news update on Trust TV. And here's a reminder of our top stories again. Appeal court sacks Governor Abba Kabir of Kano State. Court remands former CBN Governor Emefiele in Kuje prison. In other news, now the federal government of Nigeria, through the Office of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, has debunked claims that Nigeria has signed the Samoa Agreement, believed to tolerate and protect the rights of homosexuals, transgenders, and other unconventional sexual behaviors. The Samoa Agreement is a partnership deal between member states of the Organization of Africa, Caribbean, and Pacific States and the European Union that covers 6 key priority areas: human rights, democracy, governance, peace and security, human and social development, environmental sustainability and climate change, inclusive and sustainable economic growth and development, and migration and mobility. The ministry clarified that Nigeria was not represented at the signing and is currently scrutinizing the park's alignment with the country's domestic laws. Francisca Omayuli, spokesperson, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, said that Nigeria was not represented at the signing ceremony, which took place in Samoa on Wednesday, November 15, 2023, and hence not signed the agreement. Now, one of the silver linings from the COVID-19 experience has been the utilization of information technology to improve business efficiency and improve customer service. Most businesses have adopted simpler and more flexible methods of communication and service delivery, which has positively impacted small and medium businesses in the country. In this report, Noel Sampson takes a look at the ever-changing business landscape.
This is a common sight on every road across the nation's capital. Dispatch riders have become the lifeline of most businesses in the country. Their proliferation is due to a growing demand for effective service delivery, leading to the creation of thousands of jobs for Nigerian youths.
Dispatch riders, they are blessings because they make the work easy for us, the online vendors.
They are blessings, basically because if you check historically how they started, from the world wars where they had to dispatch letters to frontiers, then even in Nigeria, where during the COVID, a lot because of restriction of movement, they have to move around, picking parcel, delivering orders and food.
Riding on Nigerian roads comes with risk, and this taxing job is not for the faint-hearted.
When we're on the road, there's a lot of risk. Most of those taxi drivers, the more they look at us on the road, as if we are about taking what belongs to them, which we are not taking anything.
And again, via any challenge, any small thing, if they hold riders, the calm one that they'll call for riders is different. This issue of taxi, they should also see us as a human being too. We can't just sit at home. We are out to hustle. So they should also regard us as team member, since all of us use the road.
This emerging industry is still growing, and the challenges identified can be mitigated to improve the quality of life for the dispatch riders and service delivery for customers.
From the customers, right? Most times they usually complain that the way the customer talk to them very rudely, as if they are nothing. And also we have currently we have issues where we have the company, those who work in the company, and we have people who work as independent riders. So basically one of the problems we are facing is discrepancies in prices.
Dispatch riders have become a positive addition to the value chain of service delivery across sectors of the economy. The job creation opportunities can provide gainful employment for millions of Nigerian youths in the years to come. However, safety and security issues must be significantly addressed for the industry to thrive. Noel Sampson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
And away from Nigeria, a magnitude 6.7 earthquake struck the southern Philippines on Friday, killing one person, injuring dozens and damaging buildings. The quake struck off Mindanao Island at a depth of 60 kilometers, according to the German Research Center for Geosciences. Angel Duga, a disaster response official in the coastal town of Glan near the epicenter, said that at least one person died and 18 others were injured based on an initial report. The town's municipal office building and gymnasium were also damaged from the quake, and electricity had been knocked out by the tremor. Now, Duga added. Now, earthquakes are common in Philippines, which lies on the Ring of Fire, a belt of volcanoes circling the Pacific Ocean that is prone to seismic activity. The earthquake lasted several seconds as residents were advised to be on alert for aftershocks as strong as magnitude 6.2. In sports news, the Premier League has deducted 10 points from Everton following an investigation into a breach of profit and sustainability rules. The Goodison Park Club insists that they are shocked and disappointed by the punishment and will appeal. An official club statement says both the harshness and severity of the sanction imposed by the Commission are neither a fair nor a reasonable reflection of the evidence submitted. The deduction is the largest in the history of the Premier League. Now, it takes immediate effect, plunging Sean Dyche's team into the relegation zone. And that wraps up the news update at this hour. You can watch more via all our social media platforms and also on our YouTube live stream. I am Ayuba Ila. Thanks for watching.